Yes. So tonight we're going to be looking at some of the really fine detail techniques. So kind of picking up the big shape is not so hard. It's usually the last kind of 0.5% that makes a difference between technique that works and technique that doesn't work. Great technique, not so good technique. So we're going to try and find those tiny bits that make the difference. So let's set this one up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 4. Your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Right, so here's our first example. Actually, we'll come back to the Nikki in a moment. Right. So you practice in other class. And when they do, they want to do like that. Right, so when I'm doing it here, to you like that, what do you feel? Is it comfortable? Does it hurt? Doesn't hurt? No. Really? Okay, well, when I lock my wrist up like that, it's quite uncomfortable. Agree? Yes. Okay, good. All right, so I can get you down with physical pain, but you don't have it. If you come to the end of the fingers, I know I can find a point. I've got you now. So now whatever I do, you're going to follow that feeling. So you're with me. I can move you to the floor, I can move you around, but it's tight here, it's not like launching bone. Do you agree? Yes. There's the bridge, there's the time, there's the tiny movement. So I can go here and I can make this work. Not so pleasant. I can go here and that's okay. If that doesn't really work, I still have to use strength to make it work. But if I just stretch that out, now, there was a moment where you just started to move. Now, you'll follow my intention. When I release, how does it feel? Okay, doesn't it? So instead of damaging you, I left you kind of intact, perhaps a little more flexible, a little bit more strong. That's good. So that's the kind of thing that we're going to be looking at. Okay, so just continue that. Gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But while we're talking about Kotegashi, we're going to find points on that too. Okay, so I always go on about the fact that this is not the place to be. You don't want your fist right across the wrist, because if I try to just control it with the thumb, you want to open your hand up, it's very easy to do. Even with 3 fingers, comparatively easy. 2 fingers is going to be tougher, but you're still doing a really good job. 1 finger, no. Now that's mine. So this little finger right in the crease of the wrist, this isn't here by chance. This needs to be here to control the wrist. Okay. So we generally see this hand covering. But actually, well, just stay up for me if you don't have to go. That doesn't do much good. That one doesn't do so much good. That one's not so good, but that one's great. This is the most important finger, that one. The index, the ring finger. Yeah? Can you feel the difference? So now you've felt that. Yes, you're just standing there. But not so much with that one. So the intention goes through that. Remember that my hands are dropping as I do this. I'm not holding you up with this hand, I'm trying to do it with that hand. Everything's forward to the right. Second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Subtlety on that one. Okay, so again, pretty much when I learned to do Aikido, this was a very uncomfortable technique because people would graunch your fingers like that. Did you feel your fingers being graunched? Did you love it? Okay, so try not to do that. The point is to make connection with your partner. So to stop me graunching, I hold up here because I know that if she stays centered, and I twist even as hard as I can, she's not going to move. So it doesn't have any good. This is just a channel. This one, it's like we're shaking hands, palm to palm. It's good connection. So I connect with the palm. I straighten my wrist, so it's pointing at her, and now you can see she's beginning to move. Now I just keep her in the light beam for as long as I want. Go down. So again, when I do this, you kind of have to move, right? But how does that feel compared to that one?
This one is very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. There's a compulsion here, but does it feel like it's doing any damage? You have to move, right? Yeah. Yeah, you have to move, but it doesn't hurt as soon as you're out of the kind of stream of energy. Well, I keep you in the stream of energy until I decide it's now maybe time to do it. So we'll shake. So let's look at the same sort of idea. Okay. Again, this was a horrible technique to learn because there's nerves in there. And if I go forward, you're fairly compelled to go, aren't you? Is it uncomfortable as I do it? It's not that uncomfortable. It's not that uncomfortable. Yeah, so I'm being reasonably gentle, but if I go quickly through, it hurts. Yeah. For me, this is wrong. Because her arm is pointing down, and if I go forward, I am not really harmonizing with her body. Where she wants, where she's lined up at the moment, is down. So I should go down. And now if she tries to stand up, the yonkyo comes on, but that's her choice. I'm not putting it on, it's her putting it on. So if I want to finish this off, I just need to step forward. She's already unbalanced. And that finishes sufficient. So, light hold, drop your hands to your side, so you can be quite dramatic. She already lost her balance, so I keep my mind on her and I walk forward. And then I can do the yonkyo. Yeah, good. Except you want to keep your mind down, otherwise I can stand up. So now we test. Okay, it's going bad, but I tell you what's going on. Your energy as you drop your arm goes through an arc, right? If you let your mind follow that arc, you see how your body's responding differently. And if you wanted to stand up now, yeah, you could too. So you have to let your arm fall through the arc. I am, just come on. But your mind has to go plumb line down to the ground. Oh. Feel different? Okay. Would you like to join in, or would you like to do a personal warm-up first? It's up to you.
I can do a little warm up.
A little warm-up first.
I'm sorry, the doorway was closed.
Don't worry. Don't feel under any pressure. So clean. So you need to feel comfortable with holding. I'm kind of a little bit off, so I'm not really flesh on flesh, okay? No connection. So it's more, again, it's that shaking hand thing. I'm not trying to crush the life out of this bruise on your elbow. So you should feel me, yes? You can feel the connection, but so if you try to pull the arm away, it would be hard. Whereas I'm just holding that, yeah, that's it. Got to kind of feel like, oh, I've got hold of something, but I'm not trying to crush the life out of it. This is just going to rest here, and again, just to keep the connection and help keep this straight. If you're not straight, well, then I'll go there before I go down. Or I might go forward and then down. It depends what I feel. If I get any resistance from you, if I go forward, then I'll go back. If I get resistance from you as I go back, then I'll go forward. Right? So fine detail, noticing what's going on with you. Ideally, I'm here anyway. So I just follow that line down. Now, it's not uncomfortable to get to there, is it? But it is uncomfortable if you try to stand up. Am I right? Do try. Okay. Nice. Okay, so now I'm like an L shape. So this is not really where I want to be as a human being. I'm fairly overbalanced, and you don't need to do much to continue that. A little walk forward and keeping your mind down is sufficient. Remember to keep my arm up fairly perpendicular to my body because you don't want to pin. I might get up otherwise. Yeah, nice. Nice. So you want to come to the back of the hand, the pin. I'll show you. Okay. If I may. So, okay, so this hand is doing the job, isn't it? I told you it was kind of keeping this lined up. So you can still feel it there. It never changed, did it? Now I just reverse it. So it's covering your fingers, so come in and down. So my position is here. When you're down on the floor, I'm going to turn it so I'm covering your fingers. So yes. Do that. You need to start there. Yeah, nice. Keep it there. Now you can reverse it. Nice. Bring it in over my neck. Nice. One time on the side. And Laura is ready for action. Okay. Yes, just a drop. That's better. Reverse the hand. Go back in my neck. Little fingers down, fingers towards back of my neck. Control fingertips. Good. Remember what I said in that video earlier? That's not good enough. I've got to find the point now when it's having an impact. That's not it, that's not it, that's not it, that is. That's the point. Yeah. So when I'm down on the floor, it's the same thing. You've got to find the point where, oh, it's not moving anymore. I'm not trying to break it, but you found the end of the stretch. All right, I'm going to stretch. So you show, and I can do, and if you need me to show after. Then just go to your drop. Okay, so any temptation Show your arm rest a little bit. Any temptation to go forward is not what we're looking for. It can work, but it's not so nice. This is very not to go down, so I don't want her to want to resist that. Yeah. So I'm just going to follow this down. Now, if she wants to stand up, it's uncomfortable. She's out of balance, so I want to help her to the ground. Just straight down the old background. Looking good. Have a go, Caitlin, and then you'll be eyeing those dance. Just doing this yonk for the moment. So you're just pressing the she'll do just the drop for the moment. Okay. Yeah. So it's just yes, you're gonna stand absolutely. It's quite a good angle to go. What's that hand doing? Yeah, you want to be kind of keeping that lined up. Okay, so it's all in the detail. The devil is in the detail. Right, so I know is lined up horizontally across the mat. You're not at the moment. You're at an angle like this, and this doesn't have the same impact. You want to be lined up horizontally across the mat too. And what's alongside her is my hand, not my body. I want to be slightly, I want to be able to drop my hand freely to my side. Now, I can't do that here. I have the same impact. So I don't have to drop it quickly to be compelling. Let's try. So we're just going to start from the maybe, if we get this right. So, the weight of it on. Just the weight. Keep going. Yes. I take it when you said, oh, it's this side, you meant on the side of the wrist. What are you talking about? No, don't drop it away from the centre.
No, I mean, I would have done it this.
Show me. Maybe I'm not understanding. So you're still not horizontal.
Oh, sorry. So
That's horizontal. That's good. Okay. So what's wrong with that? Except your hands aren't by your side. So when you finish dropping, they should be by your side. That is the difference. Whether we detail, hence the mention. Here, can you stand up, I know?
Yeah.
Yeah, she can. So my hand is not next to my side, so she can still stand up. If I let this fall to my side, now she can't stand up. Can you see the difference from here to there? But it makes quite a big difference in how it feels, right?
Yeah.
So when I drop my hands normally, I don't really do that. If it falls, it falls. Yeah. And I can let it fall slowly, but I still always want it to come back to my side. I will. You really do want to hit her, don't you? Let's be honest. Don't we all feel that way? Keep the other hand on there. Okay, so you're noticing that you're twisting your body towards her. Yeah. And again, if I'm dropping my hand, I don't want to do that. I'll just go like that. Yes, nice, good, it's good. And just bear in mind that you have done this. You were doing it earlier, now your mind is beginning to fry, and it's all going out the window, which is fine. Okay. A little bit of a forward tweak. Okay, being slowly is tougher, I'll grant you. So you can get in this kind of mindset of just what's it feel like for my hands to drop to my side when there's nothing in the way. So it feels quite nice and flowy. And then you kind of pick up the pieces and let it flow to yourself. And you get a more dramatic result, but it kind of restores your faith that yes, something is going on. Would you like to try? Of course you would. Off you go. Just the old heel. Just the drop. Just the drop. I was fed up with that wrist being done. Time to give the other one a bit of a go. Well, the other thing is that you do need to notice when you did that, you brought her hand forward, whereas it won't go forward. It will go just to the side. Boom. Right. I also want this hand here. To provide a bit of control. Boom. So when I take it down to the floor, I'm going to reverse that for my head. A little bit forwardy. That's good alignment. Like that. Maybe you can stand back a bit so you feel a bit more comfortable in your drop, because you're right by your chest at the moment, and that's very hard to drop from there.
The first one actually felt more great.
Would you like to have a go? You've been used and abused. You have a chance to have a go. Okay.
Okay, I should hold it from this place. Like I do this instead of.
Okay. So I think what's happening is that it's not too bad, but you're kind of throwing it a bit, right? Rather than just letting it fall. Kind of catch it on the way down, if you like. That might help. If I'm tight, you can feel the resistance, can't you? Right? So the line of falling is there. Well, you can see that's quite dramatic on her body. So the only reason this is there is because she's holding it up. Correct? Otherwise it would fall down. Right. So that's actually a real important detail. She's holding it up. So what was my first movement, do you think, to harmonize? Go up? Yes, because that's where her mind is. So I go up before I drop down. And then it's really easy. And I've not yet learned to make my hand touch the floor when I drop it. This won't extend another 3 feet. I'm working on it. See if I can get my arm to grow as I drop it so it touches the floor, right? So but for the moment, I'm going to have to compensate. I can put my mind to the floor. Yes? I can imagine there's something down there that's grabbed my attention. If my mind just goes to the end of where my arm is, yeah, we tend to get that happening. If my mind goes to the floor, you don't so much get that.
I think that's the difference in the last 2 things.
Okay, so my hand is going to drop here every single time.
Yes.
But where's my mind going to go? Is my mind going to go to here where I'm tapping, because that's only where my hand is, or am I going to put my intention on the floor? Okay. The intention is everything. The devil's in the detail. Okay. Okay. A little bit.
Yes, yeah. Okay, without pushing.
Yes. Who knew you girls could be so violent? Okay. So we're making progress here. So don't despair. Right, but what does it feel like to just let your hands fall through space? So let go of her for a moment. What does it feel like to just let them go? Nice and fluid, isn't it?
Yes.
There's no resistance there. So here's one we prepared earlier, fortunately. So we can practice this feeling, and then we can bring home to the place. But it's the same feeling. Okay, yeah. So you're just going to step forward and let your hands touch and go down. But prepare first. So before you try and buy, you try. Right, so some moment you step in and you say, ah! dramatically different result, yes?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay, so we've probably done enough to go here, I should think. So we'll move on. Okay, so, right, so it's really important to make good contact. So look at all of this movement. It makes not a blind bit of difference until the final bit. Did you see the movement? Now I can move that. Watch her body. Right? And look how solid she is. She's nice and centered. Nothing's changed at all. It's only when we there's the change I was hoping for. If I'm not mindful, not only does she want to hit me, but she's not shifting. Yeah? So I'm just placing up. There's the change. I'm just placing it there. I give her the weight. I'm not holding it so I can. Looks the same, but it's not the same because there's no weight coming through. If you lift up now, yeah, that's what's going to happen. I have to think of her as my support. Oh, thanks very much for holding me up. Can you push me up now, please? So now we get it. Try that. You might as well do it as a 3. Okay? So left, right, next one in. So don't even try to shift that, just until you see the shift. That's it. Coming over, watch. Not much there. So I would go up and then I would go down. Yep. So very often, whether you know it or not, someone's compensating for what you're going to do. She knows I want to take it to the ground. Why would she want to go to the ground? So she thinks, no, I'm not going to go to the ground. So a bit of her mind goes up. So if you need, you kind of feel, oh, there's nothing. Respect that, change it, and then do it. Did you see when I went up with the change in her body weight? This is very subtle. It's, you know, this is, what are you feeling here? Does she feel solid?
Yeah.
Well, then change it. Better. It's progress. Okay, again, progress. But don't forget, you guys have all been training for a while. You should reset quite quickly. So what I mean is, if I take your center and I muck around for a few minutes or seconds or even half a second, you get the center back. And then you've got the same problem again. You've got to work out what the solution was. Yeah, so. Have I got it? I'm not sure. No, it's gone. No, I haven't got it. Boom. Okay. Go quick. With beginners, you'll have more time to rectify your mistake, but with experienced people, not so much so. Come on, guys, you never know. This could take all night, otherwise. So have a look. The other hand, where do you want the hand to go? Yes, to your side. So, yeah, very good. You can get your hand to side by walking forward. Yeah, that's all right. But don't do one or the other. Nice. Good. Okay, so the difference there was you went to there, which is nearly all the way. And when you remember, oh, there's a bit more in there. Very nice, very nice and smooth. You've got a shift in this, so that's good. But if you force it, you try and push me down there, I can't really feel that. Oh, do something about that. It's, again, it's slightly in the way, but you've got to have that feeling of just falling. Nice. Go. No, apologize. You can apologise to yourself, but not to me. That's good. Don't stop, let the fall continue. Don't feel you need to pressure me, just let the fall continue. So we turn, we contact, we drop. Yeah, so now the detail. Okay. If I'm trying to drop you before I kind of made the contact, I'm here. I haven't quite settled all the way. I'm trying to get your wrist to there. Yeah. So if I'm trying to drop you and this is slightly oblique angle, it doesn't work as well. I want to turn all the way. This rotation is changing you. There's a detail I've just learned. Let me share. So, very sideways on, isn't it? But really, I want to get you horizontally on. So if I get too quick, you're not quite horizontal yet, are you? Okay, but look what happens to your body when we turn it horizontal. Did you see the shoulder go? So watch the shoulder. It's not there, it's not there, it's not there, it's there. There's the movement. Now the down bit is easy. So if we over anticipate, we try to rush this, it's only there. I don't get that change. I've got to be smooth. Oh, there's the change. Now I can do it. I knew there was a reason why I did this session. So now you're looking to me now, because you're on top. Ah, good. Yeah, nice. Don't dip the shoulder though. Previously, you all come to me, but don't dip the shoulder. Nice. Okay, so with this important new detail, because the devil's in the detail, you should be fine now. Off you go. Are you happy that you've turned that to the end? Watch my shoulders, you do. See the change? Oh. Then it's easy. Still enough because you're already shifting it. Yes. So try doing it before you see the movement.
No, there's
Nothing. Right. So turn it, turn. You can do it easily.
okay. No.
There you go. Oh.
Down.
If at first you don't succeed, change it. Yes, very nice. Excellent. Good. You should say let's do something else with the shoulder now. Okay, Laura. Yeah, so what I want to do is I want to throw you from here. That's the point we're going to concentrate on. So if I'm going to slide into this, you know, maybe you want to hit me, but it hasn't really shifted you too much. This comes in. There, she's gone now. I can do this really low. So there is a point. So I'm just putting my hand in the same place. Is there any real sense of connection other than you know that physically I'm touching? Right. What about now?
It's a lot of force, but there's no connection.
Good. You're looking at, you're observing well so far. Yes, if I try to push that, everything in her says resist or collapse. A victory that's achieved by making someone collapse is not really a victory. Right? So what we want is somewhere between the touch and the push, where actually we're together. So I'm looking, extending, we're in now. Did you see the shape change in her body? It's easy to shift the next. Touch, push, extending. What do I mean by extending? Well, this is alive with energy. Okay, so if you tested me for unbendable arm, this would be unbendable. It's not a limp biscuit. It's not all muscle. It's relaxed. So I'm extending power out, and I'm looking for the change. It was there. Until I see the change, I don't try to do anything. We're not connected. It's light. I don't want her to be fighting this. She doesn't feel that she wants to fight, but she's right on the edge of her borders now. That's what we're trying to do. Have a go. Where are you looking? That bloke over there, yeah. Very good. There's something about the looking that connects you to a person. Apart from anything else, you're going to observe the change, which if you're looking dead in front of you, you're going to miss. Excellent. You got it off that. So, downward.
No.
Good. Yeah. Just pretend you like to do a moment. How would you like? What would your sense of touch be if you were trying to give me something nice? Yeah. Excellent. So it's really what to be see in your presence. So that's kind of nice. It's there. Oh, yes. Good. Okay. So when we connect, what do we do? We trust. Okay. Am I connecting with you now? No, not quite the same way. Would you like to have a conversation with me now? Right. Exactly. So when I'm looking, hold on. So if I'm looking to connect, it's weird, isn't it? Yes. So I'm with you. Yes, it's there. Yes. You've remembered. Very good. Yes. Slightly less pushy.
Yes, I've had this.
Okay, so what do we have a balance? Weighing scales, right? It's balance. You only need a gram of weight on this side for it to begin to tip. What you're looking for is to get to the balancing point. And then the slightest bit of energy is going to shift it. So you don't want to smash the weights to the floor so that everything falls off. You are not going to do that. It's a very common response. Yeah. So what do you do to this confidence a way that works positive every time? Yeah. So I can show you that it's hard. It's not going to work. Whereas here, you've got it right. If you keep going doing that right often enough, you'll give it, oh, look, that can be gentle and powerful.
Yes.
And that's fair. That's actually kind of where the female species is, okay? They're gentle, but don't think they can't be powerful. They can do. They can be very persuasive. You're surprised how easy this is, aren't you? Very good.
I don't feel anything by the way, while you should be. Let's feel that you are falling down by the way.
I promise you.
Wow,
I promise you. I won't go down. I don't feel it. So if I feel no energy, that's when you push you push me, definitely not.
I really would love for peace in my mind and then rephrasing. So,
So we're trying to develop new habits.
yes, yeah.
Well, you really find that
Yes.
they don't work. So you have to feel it happening to you. For somebody else doing it, why am I on the floor? I didn't feel anything. But also to think, why is it on the floor? I didn't do anything. You're not doing something, you're doing lots.
Yes, that's true. But it's, I think it's applied everything. I mean, I'm practicing at the same time. I do something without using extra power. So I think this is true.
You are using power.
Yes,
But you're
yes,
changing the definition of what power is.
yes.
So that's kind of when I'm able to get you to do something. The first place is good things to do. And in the end, it feels like it's all. There's no resentment there. That's kind of soft, man. You're not realising I'm soft. I'm getting you to a place where you're accepting my idea. Right, Kevin, I'll go with you. You obviously do too well at that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. Apologise. Apologise to yourself if you want to. How are you doing? Are you not looking so see, we're only had to connect and away we go. Yeah, okay, so just for the purists, we've just solely been just concentrating on this hand and seeing that can really get the job done on its own. But we are doing something with this hand, which makes it much easier. We're stretching out because now she's already really easy now. But I wanted you to do the hard bit. I wanted to see that you can do this just through connection, even though she's very stable. And what this hand does is it takes away the stability. Good. All right. So we're going to hold through. So, cut it all. Right. So, I want to get rid of this. So, this doesn't work. This could work here actually. I could do something there. But I want to shift this off. Okay. Come up there a bit. Okay. So from here. I'm quite near the end, but not enough. Her intention's there, right at the end where she's gripping. Yep, so can I just let you go for a second? Then you're extending power. I cannot come in. I can move all around from the end. Yeah. We can do a lot of controlling from here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the end to take her off. This is somebody who's centered and maximizing their power. So what I want to do is I just want this to be a bit straighter, a bit more tension in there. And then it comes off very easily. impossible to remove it there with when she's still good, but it's certainly harder. Yep, so 1, 2. And then right back up with her. Yep. Yes, so I have to go to the end. I also have to place my foot in a way that where she doesn't see any observable change in my upper body. So if I do that, you can see how easy it was to unbalance me. So if I just do this, it's not going. When I put my heel down, there's no shift. Right? So I need to go to the place where this stays straight, but she doesn't know it. And then when I settle, it gives me what I want, especially if I put that in her face. Because a bit of her's going that way, a bit of her's going this way, so now it's very easy to take this off. Yep, so I'm doing, and I'm doing it with intention, so I'm not, it's bam! It's like you could do it anyway, and you could, of course you could. Yeah, but you tend not to, and she might well defend, that's great. Her mind's in this position trying to hold me up, not worrying about what she's holding me. Should we try? We shall. Okay. Yeah, who's body shifting? Yes. So, I haven't actually done that. What happened? Oh, sorry, I don't run so that.
Okay, just skip this out.
Yeah, punchy. Straight up. Yes. Look, I can pull out a trick. You know, say the other, should do. So, so I thought I'd put it there in the face to get the effect I want. So I'm also could carry on. I just want to get that reaction from you. If necessary, so I am you don't react. So I can still get there and then I can shift you. And I'll have the same thing, I don't have to mash you to do it. So maybe you know I might get Let it be easy for you. Down, in, nice. Yeah, technical phrase. Nice. Why did you apologize? Sorry, you said sorry. Nice. So remember, if I pivot your body, follow what you feel, don't keep your body up. What happens is you turn like that, and now we've got a problem. If I keep this going into the space that you were in, you'll turn. Having an elbow thrust in your nose probably is an incentive to get out of the way. It's the same for me, you know. I'll get out of the way. It's only a habit. Nice. Nice. See, now you haven't got a problem. You can pick the right line. Yeah, only you have to be a fraction off, and what you'll find is I'm just doing this. Oh, okay, it's difficult. They may find a way of compensating your solutions, but why create a problem in the first place? Sounds right. Yes, nice. Yes, nice. Very good. Wow. So what's the piece you just learned? Yes, straight out. So I'm going to take you through that line there. Not over there or over there or there or there, but there. All of that. There you go. So now I capture you. So you can get into the release, but actually you're putting yourself into a vulnerable position. So let's do this in slow motion. You go where you go. I won't go. So when you turn your, sorry, I'm grab my shoulder now. So we'll do this, and look at this. If I do this, can I look at you? No. So just say this. It up to the phone. Which took away my hand, but it left me free to step in and whack you. Mash it. Okay, so back to the holding. Like that. And goes good. So we actually got it this time. It slides back, I settle, see how it stretches around. Drop the weight. And eventually you'll want to come back up. I follow it. And then I'll keep. Okay, so there you go. If I reach your arm up now, I'm doing stuff to you, right?
Yes.
And you're sensible, you're not going to want to stay there forever. So I can wait. Ah, now I can do something. Otherwise, I'm doing the same to you, really, as you do to me with grab and push. I'm trying to control you. What you want to do, I want to work with you. Where is that to do? Did you move my line? No. No. Ah, thank you. Go. Go to the separation. And up. That'll do. Hand up. And then when I do that, down. Make sense? Yes. I promise I won't let you do it. If you do hit me, it'll be my own stupid fault. Because that's what happened. Yes, you're twisting, aren't you? So, I'm with you. I'm with you. I never stay away from you. I want the connection, because I don't know what was not necessarily down to the next. Well, now I'm not really, you can do anything you like. Do the shape. You can step without me. So, one step back. Second. One step back. Roll it up. Don't drag it. Don't drag it back. Don't do that. When you walk like this,
No.
Let's pick your feet up. Because I'm going to step back. My feet will up into That's getting easier and more fluid. Just drop your hand. It's never going to work. Oh, relax. Use your natural power, which you know is if you twist or you lean. As to the end. And then now stop. It's too easy, right? It's much too easy, it can't be right. Wow, good one. It's satisfying, isn't it? Okay. All right. So I guess Aikido is kind of one of our real fundamental techniques. Yes. We need this one. We need this one. It means first principle. Aikido means first, right? So it's kind of right at the base of our Aikido knowledge. And if you just think about our techniques, often from here we're taking the Nikkyo, the Sankyo, Yonkyo, Kaitanaki. They all kind of flow from this shape. All right, so it's not right, is it? Okay. So I lift my arm up. I don't want to hit her arm, but I don't want to have this gap here. Yeah. I want to brush her arm. Yes. So now, can she get in? No, that's good. Okay, but she's a bit switched. If I get her to that place and think, oh, I can stretch her more, what she does is she lets go and she hits me. So if I start to put tension in her body, if she's sensible, she lets go and hits me. But even if she doesn't, I still put myself pretty much in hitting range. Yeah, because you're not actually out of shape and you can enter. Come on. With every single person, there is a different place where you'll find that you've got this connection and bridge. Yeah. So if I'm shorter than Laura, there's no point me trying to lift above her because all I'm doing is putting myself in range. So I have to stay comfortable here. Ah, but I have got her. Did you see the shift back in her body? So with one arm, she's going to go. If I'm taller and I try to lift as high as I was then what happens is the problem I just described. Right? So I come to a different place here. I know I'm going to be taller. That's as far as I want to be. Aikido is not about this hand yet. It's entering your center. Now she could fall over here, but she probably doesn't want to. So at this point she turns. I follow. Everything's going to happen. Yes. The place with you will be different. The place with you will be different. When you work with me, it will be different. You've just got to notice. So she's comfortable, oh, that's kind of the place. That was really subtle on her body. But look, if I lower it a bit, as you say, I just hit this wall of power. If I go too high, I put myself in danger. If I find the place, when I enter, she shoots into a place that's not good. Got it? Of course you have. All you need to do is brilliant now. Nice. One good picture is my head. We all move in different ways too. So for me, that's kind of what happens when you live. That's the problem when you live. Yes.
I do agree with you, and then
You're thinking about coming past me, and your energy goes that way, and then I rotate with you, and you're left with the problem. You've got to mentally go straight through. And then you get no resistance at all. I'm too busy trying to preserve my body. Slow down when you found that bridge. Okay, now, just anything just send you it. Okay, so you definitely got me. You're going to come straight at me. I'll get out of your way, I have to. If you decide to go off over there, then that's when it goes wrong. Yes, come on. Get used to bulldozing people. They don't like to be bulldozed, they get out of the way of bulldozers. Okay. Ooh. No one's watching you, Kate. No one at all. Okay, so just before I send you down there. So come this side. Okay, so look at the angle of my arm. Really, I've given her a bit of a bar to push here. It's not straight, aligned with her. Push. No, I can't stop. And that's why I was thinking, no, something's wrong. Ah, it's not right. Come here. Now, push. Harder. That's good. So just relax. Then relax. Otherwise, I'll go down and then I'll go up. I just want to go up. There's so straight up. But if you do feel the resistance up in this position, then you know you're going to go that way. You're kind of in neutral zone. You're trying to come through rather than down or up. So I should be able to move. There's the point. Through. Not round. Looks stupid, but should be out of the way. You're kind, what you're doing is saying, please do stand up still. Okay, you don't go with the work. No, don't be quicker, be slower. Look, where did you end up with your arm? What shape was it? Can you remember? It was something like that. Is that strong?
No.
No, okay. Is that strong?
Yes.
So when you lift up, it needs to be here, not there. So you're trying to enter too quickly. The only way you can get in is if you allow your arm to be bent. And if you bend your arm, then that way. Okay, so if I have to shake my hand. Okay, good. See this looseness in the bend. So, what I shake your hand, off your hand. How does that feel? It's a bit weird, right? So you need to be relaxed. So when you lift, yes, not so high that your shoulder comes up. So until you find that I don't want to be lifting up.
No. Oh.
Okay. Better. But instead of walking through me, you went traveling over there.
I would walk to just like.
I will get out of the way. Because I don't want you to walk over. Leave it in my pocket, not yours. All right. and I'll go. But if you go, oh, I'll just do that.
But I was thinking about pulling you somewhere else. I don't know.
I don't know why. Lift your arm up the chest slope. Notice the change. Now enter from your center. Yes. So. One. If I see you begin to move, I know I've got the right place. One, two, three. So it looks like, but I'm shifting my center as I get forward. Want to try it?
Yeah.
Without me there? Is that comfortable?
No.
Better? Yes, and step. Right. Okay, stay there. So, exactly what you want. Do that again. No, you cannot come in. Straight line. You're lifting it up my center line. You think you're lifting across my shoulder. Ooh, you're bending. There, it's got an opening. Here, that's a sword. Oh dear, I don't want to walk onto the sword. That's a problem. It was alive. It wasn't tense, but it was alive. And now I got to. Yes! Does that make sense? Good. Yes. Okay. This is a teacher for you. This is saying, now lift me up. Oh, it's lifting up, it hurt. Okay. So if you feel pain, it's you doing it. Where can you lift it comfortably? On the same line. Yes. What happens to my body? Did you see me shift back? Does it look like you might have control there? Yes. If you try it with your center, test it. Yes. Okay. How easy can you make this? Here's your teacher. This is going to tell you what's comfortable. Where's my center line? Lift on my center line. Have I shifted my body? Yes. But you don't have to do the rest. Simply grab. Just enter, drop. What? Too violent. I'm going to hurt your shoulder. So be kind to your shoulder. How's your shoulder? Marvelous. I want you to bend your elbow a bit. Are you a robot? No, you're a human being. When you lift your arms, flex it. This is the shape. All right, so let's show you. So if you make a very straight arm, is that strong? No, it's not strong. There's tension in there. I can test it in different ways and show you it's not strong. So you just apologize. Is that strong? It is strong. It's very strong. Any effort on your part? No strength involved, right? Just energy, just focus, just intention. Why do you want to change that level of power? When you do anything that's easy, it's good, right? Great sportsman, so easy. They practice relaxation and the movements that they're trying to generate. And everything's tension. That's what we're working on. You haven't got the same shoulder to tell you, no, you go anywhere. Just lift. When you see my head go back, you know you've impacted your enter your center. Go down. Just lift. When you think you've reached your comfort spot, you stop, you try it with your center. Yes, my head went back, that's good. And your center, you try going to your upper body, then I can stop you from doing your center. Okay. Where do you think my mind's focused?
Your arms.
So I'm trying to move your hand.
Yes.
Because I know that when it works well, your arm is going to move. Don't you stop me. So that's obviously not how it works. Okay, so do you feel any pressure from my arm now? Yeah, but I'm not trying to push you, am I? Move my arm? No, I'm moving my center. Yes. Are you now in a more uncomfortable position? Okay, good, that's marvelous. Carry on.
That's how we want to play it.
Yeah. I can't, this I can feel. So I can back to it. I'm not holding that. I can't feel it. Joking. Better. Yes. This will teach. Did you see my head shift?
Yes.
Yes, it did. Enter with the center. Different people move in different ways. Laura's head did not do that. I mean, it was more subtle. It's just different. Well, I like this. No, nothing's happened. When you see any movement or a dip or something, you know you've found your place. Okay. Tell me, ladies.
Because you're perfect for men. Okay.
I'm showing Caitlin earlier. When you do warm up, traditionally, like you showing, you come to here, right? And I can even hurt myself here. Yeah, I can definitely feel this is uncomfortable. And so I know that most people, if I push hard there, she's probably going to want to move. But it is a bit sore, isn't it? Yeah, and you're not going to thank me, are you? No, not 2 million times, no, not 2 million times. So, I do want to take the flex out of this. And so there's no real movement there, is there?
No. I can feel the tension,
Yeah,
but
there's the tension. Good. Then I come to the fingertips. Oh, there's my shift. There's my bridge on this occasion. So now, wherever I put my mind, she'll be happy to go. So I've got the tension here. I've got lazy. Why is she not moving? Because I've not found the bridge. Oh, there it was. There she goes. Can you see the change in her body?
from the knees.
Don't say yes, yes, you see it.
Yes.
So here, I don't know how far she'll go. There is where we'll go. Now she'll go to the floor. So from the outside, I'm not doing anything, am I? Can't see any change in my physical body except when I walk forward. But I have changed. I just changed in a way that is not so obvious. You can see that. You know, what you can see, you can defend. What you can't see is very hard to defend. Yep. Okay, so imagine we had a pipe with water flowing through it. And if I put like a dam through it, the water flow stops, doesn't it? Right? If I lift the dam, the water begins to flow again. So, Just smash into it, it's like putting a dam in the stream. There's no flow. What I want to do is find a place where this will flow. Oh, it's flowing quite nicely. Yep. It's subtle. It's fine. You go too far, again, you're shifted with the pain, but she won't love it. He won't love it. You're doing it too well, right? So we're just looking to find that place where it's easy to move with another person. There's always a cue in their bodies that tells you, oh, that's the place. That's the place where we can meet and we can talk about this. Okay. All shaping up beautifully. Yeah. So it's good. Very good. Slight look of incredulity as I started to move.
Yeah.
But you were thinking down, right?
Yes.
Just about.
Yes.
Don't rush it. Look to find that.
Just try one side of the motion. Really happy with it. No, just realize that definitely it should follow.
What are you going to say?
The more you bend this part, the more I feel that I'm losing some balance.
See, the point where you have me is really fine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we want to try and avoid is all of that where you. No, that wasn't it. That happens. Just gradually tighten. There it is. Yep. So, connection. So I'm not slamming into it, but it's constantly building.
Not let you bend your elbows.
Yeah. You let it off, didn't you? You had it there and you took it off. Just stay with me. So I can tighten this up all I like. While I'm concentrating on the tightening, you're not focusing on you at all, and you're looking at what's this about? So, as always, also, where do you want it to go? Yeah, I'm with you the whole time. So you just got two benefits in there. So if you decide anything you've ever had, while I'm looking at this, I'm a bit open. Yeah, I'm a bit open to that. I want you to get up. There you go. Defense. I want to have my mind focused on you. The second great benefit is I see the shift. Because I'm looking for the change there. I'm not looking for a change here. Although it is. Thank you. See the change? Okay, keep it there. Yeah. Slow down, Mum. So we want to have control here. Not so much here, lots of stuff. You have your hand up?
Thinking about how much slack you want to be got. Yes.
You open it?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's where I want to be.
Okay. Okay. This one.
Little finger moving, please. I'm over here, right?
Yes.
So what are we doing? It's still in busy mode. Hit. Am I in busy mode?
No.
Would you like to try?
No.
No. Right. What about now? Yeah, you could hit me, couldn't you?
Yes.
Here is where you want to be. Connect.
Not as much as you want, but.
There's bravery keeping you up now. Because you know you wanted to move. So, yes. Oh, you can't make it anymore. Excellent. Press on the finger. So, do you want to break my finger or do you want me to move? So, focus on me. You're not going to break my finger.
No.
You're moving your arm. Don't you? Just tighten it. Yes.
Okay. All right. I think it's losing your hand because it's too big.
This is a really hard one for me to. I can't make my hands any smaller and put myself in your place, but I'm going to try. So, this is one finger. Even though it's much smaller, I connect.
Yes. Connect. Yes.
Yeah. So you don't have to be big. You just have to cover.
Then I'm holding your tomorrow.
Yes, you can put your thumb there. So, allow you to go here. Okay. So, just practice the grip. So you can put your thumb on the edge. So let's test it. Can I go do that? No, I can't. But your body's twisted, so maybe here. That's the place to be. Okay. Nothing to do with the size of your hands. It's got everything to do with where your hand placement is and how it's aligned with my body.
I'm going to be used.
Why is she not shifting? Why is she not shifting? Oh, there she is. Now she shifts. Oh, nice one. Oh, she's doing it. Okay. So you're like putting your foot on the accelerator to get up to 60 miles an hour as quickly as you can. Now just gradually increase the speed.
Okay.
So that you can see how much control you've got. Yes, you don't have to go to 60 miles an hour to shift you. In terms of your connection with me, how does that feel? I think it's much better. You can maintain it throughout the movement.
Yes.
When you do it 60 miles an hour, I kind of pull away from you a little bit. You disconnect a bit.
Yes.
I have to collapse on the floor and then it's over. I'm partially fine. In terms of enjoying the connection and the control, don't use the power you need to use. Follow, follow, follow. Good. Excellent. It should be forward. Forward. Okay. Good thing Sal's not watching, eh? Oh no, it's on film! I'm going to go. Did you have a go? You haven't. You haven't. I thought that's right. Wow. Good. Yes, so you solid the center, you find that connection, connecting later when you see you move, that's when you follow. Good. Don't panic. There's the shift. The moment. There's always a moment. Nice. Yeah, the technique. There's a moment. All you do is find a way to move to find the moment. There's a lot in common. It's here. We're kind of in front of each other. I'm lining up usually with your center line when I do.
Yeah.
And then people shifting really much away. They're all shifting the same way, but they're all, it's a shift. It's very,
Yes.
very simple.
That's right.
Very subtle. You understand that? Well, I said, on, off. We just gradually increase the pressure and then we follow when she changes. No more. So that's not hurting, that's not hurting, that's not hurting. Now I've got her. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, I found where you're at. There. Okay. So no more. Uncomfortable, but not impossible, right?
Yes.
Shift my center a bit there. I could have just extended a bit more energy. So, there it is. So that's an energy one. Maybe giving you a bit more intention. But I can do it in my body. There it is. Shift my center. In the end, when I send more energy, my center tends to shift a bit with it. Body takes mind, mind takes body, etc. Okay, so any questions?
Yeah, it can sound stupid, but
It's never a stupid question.
okay, so this is just I was trying to practice the Nikyo
Right.
with my husband at home, like casual holding with casual holding. So I was trying to show him to the not the technique but the how the energy works. So
Okay.
I couldn't.
Which form were you doing it from? Were you doing it from Katane Kosogori?
Yes, with the same hand.
Okay.
I was trying to do this.
Right.
And it didn't work at all. It was like
Oh. So, when you're working with your partner and you really want to make it work, almost certainly you're going to try too hard. And when you try too hard to win, you're setting yourself up for a defeat. Right?
yeah.
So, you remember you're still, actually he should be the one you're most comfortable working with, not against. But in this situation, I totally understand why that didn't happen. Good, okay, well, do you feel comfortable where you're standing? A little bit, but this hand is beginning to reach out from your center line and you're beginning to lose it a bit. So, how about if you squared up to me a bit more when you did it? Okay, so where are you focusing on now?
Your hand.
Right, okay, so what's going to move then? Yeah, so let's do it so. You build up the power and the push,
Yes.
and I'll just follow you. So you don't want to shift my arm, because that's all we're going to move. What do you want to shift?
I just want to.
Who do you want to move?
You.
With you or just you want me to move?
I just want you to do.
Are you sure? You don't want to work with me?
Yes, I do.
Okay, right. Okay. Remember the pencil brush, the painting? Okay. Forget about me, think about painting. Are you going to keep the tip of your brush on the canvas, or are you going to pull it away? Oh, you put it away. Bad choice. No painting now. Here's your paintbrush. That's so it's going to touch the canvas there. Move it. Just paint the line down. It's going to stay there, otherwise you're going to have a splotchy painting. Draw the line, fine line down my body.
Okay.
Oh. So you're no longer focused on you and what you want to do to me, you're focused on making the beautiful painting. I don't mind beautiful paintings, they're okay. You've got harder. You started good, now you're going harder again. Taking your paintbrush off. Really? It's annoying, isn't it? It's really annoying that I might be right. You get to stay with me. So, we're humans, right? Easily. So as soon as I do that, where do you think my intention goes? Where does it feel like?
It's like your.
I'm on your wrist, right? So the rest of you got nothing to do with that. It's the wrist, right? So it's not that I can't do it nicely from here. I can. I just made that the end of the paintbrush, not this. I'm still going to paint the line down here. Or I can do the old, I'm going to chop your arm off. Okay, so again, all you can feel me do is operate on your arm. And I can make it hurt and probably move. Or I can, oh, hi. So just, there are two reasons why we come to here. There are three reasons why we come to here. I can't get any further in without this circle happening, this rotation. Your arm's straight, but when I rotate it, oh, it bends. And then when I touch, there's a better sense of connection because this is a friendly gesture. Oh, yeah. And it helps me focus on you if I keep my fingers straight.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Ah, where did your fingers go? So for the moment, until you can avoid the temptation to push, do not put your fingers round. You can do it, but you'll be tempted to push. Hard to push from there, push. It's not effective, is it?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm stronger than you anyway, so even if you push your fingers around, I'm not going down, and if you want, I can put a Nicky on at the same time, so we won't do that. So now, it's like you care for me. Okay, so your challenge for this week is to be able to do that yourself.
Yes.
Nicely, like you care for him.
Definitely.
Okay, this is good to hear. All right, so let's do it. There may have been few here, but for me it was a lot of fun. So I hope it was for you. And we weren't trying to do full techniques, mainly. I just wanted you to see some minor details within techniques absolutely crucial. If you don't get it exactly right, if you've got a good okay, it's all going to go to pot. Yeah. And working with different people, you find different ways in which their bodies work, and you've got to adjust a little bit to get to the place you want to make. So the shapes you make and the way you move will be different on every single occasion, because even with the same person, sometimes they're a bit obliging, sometimes they're not so obliging, sometimes they've had a bad day, sometimes they've had a good day, and the energy that comes through is different. You can't assume what's going to happen, you've just got to test and find. That bridging point is tiny, but it's there in every technique, with every single person. Our job is to look for it. Okay, you just need to know it's there, and then you might begin to look for it. Then you might spot it. If you don't know it's there, and you're not looking for it, you're not going to find it, right? So, pay attention to the detail. I do tell you it, but you know, it's finer and it's getting finer and finer. Your job is to help me find the stuff that I haven't yet noticed. So if you're good at case for me, you'll help me find it. And if you ask good questions, you'll help me find it. Okay, terrific, well done. Thank you.